Hi everybody, it's Marcy, and I'm working on my file folder folio. I thought I'd jump on real quick and just finish up the covers. Since the first part went a little long, I thought I'd go ahead and do the second part. So, I covered the outside, front cover, the outside back cover, this inside flap, covered this little file folder tab I'd made, and I went ahead and put little tabs on my file folder and did the same thing over here. Now the other thing that I did was I went ahead and I just used some muslin fabric to cover my spine to give it a little strength. It's not completely dry yet. I don't use Fabri-Tac when I'm using the muslin because it will show through, where what I've used is some Aleene's, and when it's dry it won't show through as much. But I'm not overly concerned about it because the inside won't really show, and on the outside I'll be covering it with some sort of lace. But I wanted to strengthen that spine. Okay, so while that's drying, what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue my file tabs that I made, glue them on to create a pocket. Where did my glue go? There it is. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to grab some clips. Sorry about that. All right. So I've got some clips so that when I glue it on, even though our glitter glue grabs really quickly, I want these to have a good, firm, firm attachment. So, all right. So all I'm doing is I'm setting it inside, pushing it all the way to the edge, and hold that there. I'm going to pull this up, or down, I guess. Whoops, not gluing very straight. And fold that up. Now I'm just going to use my little clips here just to hold it for just a moment. While that glue grabs. And I'm not worried about, I mean, even though I'm clipping it to hold it, I'm not super worried about it because I will be sewing the edges of my journal. Oh, started to put that one on backwards. Okay. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to get them lined up. And the reason I'm putting it in this way is I want to be sure that I'm as into the fold as I can get without it impinging it. So now I'm going to hold that, pull this down. And I really did not do a good job of explaining that well, but I think you understand what I'm saying. I hope you do. All right. Now let me grab clips for this. All right. Now, while that's drying, I'm going to come over here to my front outside cover, and I've got a piece of my cardstock that I cut My outside piece I had cut to 4 inches wide by 6 inches tall because my outer edge was 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So this piece, to give it the layered effect, I cut it to 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. And I'm going to go ahead and glue that on. And then that will be all of the decorating of the outside cover that I will be doing for now. I will be decorating it more, but I need this piece on there to do my next step. And as you can see, I've already punched a hole because I forgot about needing to put this down before I punched the hole. All right, so let's get that lined up so that we've got a nice layered effect there, and it would help if it was somewhat straight. Okay, then I came in and marked 3/8 of an inch. I cannot believe, how did I forget that? Okay, well, one thing you should do, and y'all were probably screaming at me. One thing you really ought to do is put glue at the bottom of your pocket. That really is kind of important if you don't want stuff to slide through your pocket. Okay. Maybe that just means I'm finally getting a little more comfortable on camera, that I can do something that... Can't believe I did that. I just can't believe I did it. Okay. Now, let's go back to what I was trying to say, which is I marked 3/8 of an inch from the fold over, and then found the center, which for me was at 6 1/4, would be 3 1/8, and punched a hole using my crocodile. And I actually did it on this side, but this one I need to redo since I just put more paper over it. So let's see if I can hopefully find the same approximate hole. Oh, that's not it. That's not it. I really like the reach of the big crocodile, but I really have a hard time punching with it. Okay. Now I'm going to, and I'm just using small eyelets, but I am going to put an eyelet in, and all right, that crimped well. And do the same thing on this one. And that crimped well. Alright. Move that out of the way. These can come off now. Alright. So this is what I've got now. And now I've got some ribbon here. And how much do I need? I'd rather have too much than not enough. So I'm going to cut here. And here. And this is the crinkle ribbon. So I've got about 12 inches when it's not stretched out. Okay. So what I want to do is I'm going to go from the outside. Well, actually, I guess it doesn't matter which direction you go from. But I want one end on the inside, and I might need something to help me push the ribbon through since I used a small eyelet. All right, so there's one. And let's do the same with this one. I could not be any more klutzy. All right, come on. There we go. All right. So now what I want to do is I just want to glue the end of my ribbon down to hold it in place. And then I'll be putting paper over it. Keep your fingers out of the Fabri-Tac when you put it down. Oh my goodness. There we go. This is going to be a lesson in what not to do. All right. So then basically I'm going to let that dry. And I may have to work on it some more since I botched it so badly. And then my inside papers, and I told you earlier I was going to go ahead and be cutting my inside papers, will be ready to go down. Then my cover will be ready. These will become my tie closures, and my journal will now be ready to work on. But I will be going, after I get these papers down, I will be going in and stitching across the bottom and the top sides of my journal. It's not necessary. That's just my preference. And then in the next video, we'll start adding some goodies to the folio and see how far we can get. So that's it for now. I told you this was going to be a short video. I didn't expect it to be quite so messed up, but hey, it is what it is. So until next time, I wish you all a wonderfully happy, crafty day. Don't make the same mistakes I've been making, and I will see you all very soon. Bye-bye.